Good morning. I'm Will Schofield, the superintendent of the Hall County School District, and we've got the Hall County Government Administrator, Zach Propes, with us. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning, Will. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I understand you've been here even a little longer than I have. Tell us about your roots here in Hall County.
Yes, sir. Born and raised here. Proud graduate of the Hall County school system. Attended North Hall High School, and my family has lived here for generations. My dad retired from the Hall County school system, so very thankful for what you and your team do each and every day. So,
That's just awesome, and it's so good to have local people that are bought into our community that are looking after its future. Zach, we've got a big vote coming up here in the next month, and I'm not talking about the presidential election. I'm talking about the T, as in Tom, T-SPLOST, which some people may not know what that is. Just tell us very quickly, and let me be clear. You and I aren't here saying vote yes or no. We're saying please get yourselves educated and vote your conscience. But what does T-SPLOST stand for?
yes, sir. It stands for Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. So it's a 1% sales tax.
Okay, so 1% sales tax. So what that means is currently if I go to the hardware store and buy a toy for myself, I currently pay what percent? And if T-SPLOST passes, I'd pay what percent?
You currently pay 7 in Hall County, and if passed, it would move that to 8%. And a fun fact is, we are one of 48 counties. There's 159 counties in the state. We are one of 48 counties that does not have this program currently. So we're beginning to see counties around us approve a similar program for road improvement projects. And so if you go to Dawson County right now, you're paying an 8% sales tax, and 1% helps fund their roads. So you're beginning to see this program become a very familiar thing throughout the state.
So when I go up to the Dawsonville outlets and buy myself a little something, then go out to supper, I'm paying 1% for Dawson County roads. But when they come down here and go to the movies and go out to eat, they're not paying for 1% of ours. Is that the way it's working right now?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, what are some of the projects that maybe folks who have children in schools or have to drive by schools in the morning or the afternoon that might be on the docket if T-SPLOST passed that might affect us?
Yes, sir. So that one penny over a 6 year period, which is the program length, if approved, would generate $390 million.
Wow.
Local
How
sales
much?
tax, 390 million. Yes, sir.
Wow. I can't even
So
write that number down. 390 million. We could do some roads with that.
that's right, we can. So that's local sales tax dollars being reinvested here locally. And those projects, we have $390 million worth of projects that are needed in our community. We're rapidly growing. And one of the important facts about a sales tax program is up to 40% of the proceeds would be generated by non-residents that are here each and every day anyway, driving on our roads and contributing to some of the congestion we see. So what that does is it takes the responsibility off of our property taxpayers at 100% and shifts that revenue over to those individuals that are buying goods and services here that
Sure.
are not part of our full-time residential community. And some of the major projects that would impact our local schools include the Spout Springs Phase 2 road widening project
Oh boy,
from,
you mean we'd finally have 4 lane all the way down to Brazelton?
that
What
is
a
correct.
difference
Yes,
that would
sir.
make. We've been begging for that for years. Okay, so that's one.
Another one is the McEver Road, Phase 1 road widening from Lake Lanier Islands Parkway up to GC Crow Road right at Flowery Branch Elementary School. So that's a 5 mile stretch of road widening.
A lot of that congested stretch on the west end of McKever, right before we get into Gwinnett, we're talking about.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's a great project, $58 million project. Another wonderful project along the McEver corridor would be the installation of 4 roundabouts at Flat Creek, Stevens, Radford, and Chamblee. So that would impact West Hall High School and the new Everwood Elementary School that will be going online soon for y'all. So
And
again, just helping.
West Hall Middle and Flowery Branch Elementary be affected there too. And by the way, those roundabouts, I'll tell you, the one that you guys put down by Flowery Branch High School and the one that you put by Chastity High School, they have changed the world. Thank you. Kids are actually getting to school on time, so I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. It's a very efficient way to move traffic. And really what's happening on McEver Road, you've got, if you're stopped at one of the red lights at Stevens or Flat Creek, or maybe you're caught behind someone turning left on Radford, you're stacking up 15 and 20 cars to benefit one or two cars.
Yep.
So it really is much more efficient. We're also looking at some two roundabouts, possibly one at Mount Vernon Road and Jim Hood Road, and the other at Mount Vernon and Rilla Road. Again, just trying to
stop the presses, Zach. Stop the presses. I've heard for 20 years there's nothing we can do about traffic at North Hall Middle, North Hall High, and Mount Vernon. Roundabouts there?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, that would change the world for North Hall traffic. Okay.
It
Wow.
would. I used to drive through it, 20 years ago. So
Right.
It hasn't gotten any better in 20 years. I know that. So those are good traffic control improvements there as well. And then we've got, a few more major projects scattered around, like some improvements from the new Dill Elementary School on White Sulphur Road all the way down to Jesse Jewell. That's a $52 million road widening and safety improvement project along that corridor, really realigning the road, eliminating an unsafe railroad crossing there at White Sulphur.
That'd be fantastic.
It really would. So that's just kind of a sampling, but we've got significant projects that I haven't covered. We have information on our transportation SPLOST webpage that's on the hallcounty.org website. And I would just encourage everyone to check out our projects, be informed when you go to vote. We have an interactive map that shows all the projects throughout the county. And this question for most voters is the very last question on the November 5th ballot. And the ballot question does not allow us to list out any of the projects by state law. So it's a very high level question. So we really want as many people to be educated beforehand.
And it sounds like they can get all of the information. As a matter of fact, I've seen some of your informational videos. They are excellent at www.hallcounty.org. Zach Probst, County Commission, thank you for what you do for us. Once again, we're just encouraging our 240,000 residents to get themselves educated, vote your conscience, and TSPLOST coming up in this November election. Thank you, Zach Probst. We appreciate you and your partnership.
Thank you, Will. We appreciate you.
Bye-bye now.